Good afternoon, everyone, all the way from Thailand. Today, I'm going to talk about the topic of feeling loss. For anyone who is in this situation, this video is for you. For us living in a meditation retreat center, we're lucky to get the opportunity to meet with people coming from all around the world to learn meditation. They come from all backgrounds, all races, all social economic classes. But one of the topics that keeps coming up over and over is that people aren't sure what direction should I take in life. Should I pursue school? Should I pursue work? Should I pursue my personal passions? What if I don't even have passion? And I want to carve out my own lane. I want to carve out my own future, but I don't know what to do. I don't even know where to get started. And in this video, this is what we're going to talk about. And I want to give you 3 tips, very simple tips that can be helpful for your situation. But if you're in this position, let's get started. And I hope these tips are helpful for you. Shift your mindset. What is so common when you're not sure of what direction you're trying to go in life is that we can beat ourselves up. It's common that we can then start to compare ourselves to other people. Then you can start to feel like behind, I'm not motivated, I'm a failure, because it seems like everyone is doing what they need to do. Everyone seems so sure of themselves, but when I look at my life, what is happening? And we need to identify this because it's easy to fall into this trap of blaming ourselves, pushing ourselves down. And one is that it doesn't help us to get to the next level. And the second thing is that it might not be accurate. And we can see, because of social media and talking to so many different people, that when we look at other people, wow, they're going so fast. Their life is moving so fast. But be careful, because it may not be 100% accurate. Because going fast doesn't necessarily mean you're going the right direction. So just because someone is rich, just because someone is famous doesn't mean, again, that is the right direction. But for us is come back to this present moment, be very kind to yourself, and know that when you're not quite sure what direction to go next, it's common. And you will go through different phases of this in your life, but it's okay. Again, no beating yourself up. The great thing about this is that we learn in the monastery is with any crisis or with any challenges comes an opportunity. And for me, this is a wonderful thing because this opportunity helps us to get clarity. That's the only thing that you're missing. So clarity gives us the opportunity to let's secure our foundation. Yes, I might be going slow, but slow can be a positive thing because then we can be sure of what do I want to do, what do I like, and let me build my foundation very deeply and very secure. And when you can do that, I think this presents as a wonderful way to start to move forward. So again, if you are in this position of feeling lost, unmotivated, not having a sense of direction yet, it's okay. It's normal, but just acknowledge this first. And again, it gives us an opportunity to find clarity and set the foundation in our life. And now we can move forward from here. Try everything and make sure it's not immoral or illegal. So I want to just make sure I put out that disclaimer. But if you're not sure of what you're trying to do or what path you're going to go on, is I don't even know what I don't know. So it's kind of hard to make conjectures. It's kind of hard to come up with the next step. But The first thing I would say is try everything, because we don't know what we even like. We don't even know the options out there to pick from. So again, if we come back with this mentality of I'm not sure where I'm going yet, I'm open to exploring and try every activity. I know for myself as a layperson, and like you, I didn't know what path. My family told me what they wanted me to do. My friends told me what they wanted me to do. My society, my neighbors told me what they wanted me to do. But for me, I just didn't know. So when you don't know, then try everything. I was open-minded where I would try many classes, many education, many activities, many hobbies, many social settings, but all of this to just put myself out there and explore. A key thing to remember when you're trying to do this is don't pay so much attention or put the focus on the results. This doesn't help you so much and it's not as effective. But people are always trying new things and then they'll judge themselves of, see, I'm not good. That's not the point. The point here is try everything. And when you're doing that activity, when you're out there in that new social setting, pay attention to what is coming up for you. Are you excited about something? Is there something that sparks your attention? Oh wow, I didn't know that I was interested in this. I didn't know that this activity was so much fun, but this will be opening, this will be a stepping stone for us for new things. Another thing that can be helpful for us as a reminder is to know that this is impermanent. The activity that we're engaged in now, we can shift at any time. This is just an activity where, again, it's opening up your mind and pay attention to where you just feel like that spark, where you feel that aliveness. And for me, this is key. And this is your own internal check engine light that is saying, ding, ding, ding. Pay attention to this because there is something in here that you can look into it deeper. But the second step is to try everything with an open mind. Assess the situation correctly. One of the things that happens is when we try these different activities and we don't like it or it doesn't fit, it's easy to just rule it out of, oh no, absolutely not. This is a failure. I don't want to do this, but for me it's not so fast. And pay attention because that activity might not be for you, but there might be hidden are golden nuggets. These are little breadcrumbs and there's parts of that activity that may open the door for something else. And for me, an example is teaching in a formal setting. When I get the opportunity to sit or to teach in a lecture, no. I mean, I can do it. I feel like I can deliver the quality that is needed for that, but I don't prefer it. But when I take the time to study that, there were parts of it for me that I enjoyed. I like teaching, but not in the context of a professor at a university because it's a bit too formal. But then pay attention because, I like teaching, but what's missing is what context. And maybe the context of it was off. And it took me so long to figure out that I like helping people and I like teaching, but again, I don't want to teach in a formal classroom. I don't want to teach where in a big crowd where all eyes are on me and I'm the expert. No, it's too much pressure. And again, I don't enjoy it so much. I can do it, but it's not my cup of tea. Opportunities to teach in front of Zoom and using technology for me, no, that's not my thing. I can teach about psychology. I can teach about different things, but again, when I take the time to experiments, when I take the time to get still, with many years, I've learned that for me is I like teaching about suffering. I know that is so creepy and that is so strange to say, but for me is I just enjoy because it's so universal that everyone experiences suffering. And I want to give people tools on how to heal their suffering. Again, from the mental health lens and also using the wisdom from the monastery. And to the point and eventually that I discovered this, where my perfect setting for teaching was through these kind of videos. When I'm making them, I'm by myself. And it doesn't put so much pressure. Yes, it goes public, but this process for me just feels more safe, and this process just energizes me. But the point of all of this is, again, when you're trying to do activities, don't rule it all out, but pay attention to the part that excites you, but it just may not be in that specific setting that you're doing at this moment. And your job is to then pursue this and find the right setting to put it in. And once you can do that, it will open the door for everything else to come. So there you have it. These are the 3 things, if you're feeling lost and directionless, that can be helpful for you. Again, is shift your mindset to be very kind and calm with yourself. The second one is to try everything with an open mind. And then the third thing is keep coming back to assess your situation correctly. Pay attention to the breadcrumbs and the golden nuggets that you're getting from this, and you're one step closer. So why am I sharing all of this? Well, for me is because I can relate to this. And when you're in that space of not sure of where you're going, it can be really challenging. But for me, it's to validate you and to say that it's normal and take the pressure off yourself. And the second thing is because when people are trying new things, we can feel that pressure. And anytime we do something and it may look like I'm wasting time and I'm a failure and this didn't work, but be careful, because trying all these different things for me is that it gets you one step closer to knowing what you actually want. So this can be helpful. But the most important thing, because if you're judging yourself like I'm always failing, it's no, I want to challenge that. And I want to challenge that is because you're not going the wrong way. But one of the biggest rewards, or one of the biggest things that come from just trying everything, is that you eliminate doubt. This is key, and this is so big, and people aren't paying attention to this. And let me give you a random example. And for me, it's with monkhood. Coming into the monastery, and now in this moment for me, living as a Buddhist monk. What many of you may not know out there, because when you think of Buddhist monks and our lifestyle, easy. Easy, breezy, we don't do anything. It's so peaceful, 100%. We're floating on air and we're just meditating all day. No. And I can share with you, this lifestyle is simple, but not easy. Not easy because you have to look at yourself. It's easy because it's challenging because when you're in this environment and our routine is so repetitive, we wake up, we do chanting, we do meditation, we do our chores, we go on alms round, and again, just this continual part and just meditation. And with that, then what can happen with the human mind is that the mind starts to wander. The mind starts to go outside. The mind starts to get bored, and you think about things that you can do later. You think about the future. and your mind keeps spinning and spinning. And from that, many people around the world come to ordain to be monks. They have the intention of staying long, but a lot of people can't because, again, it is not that easy. Again, they start to worry and fantasize about the outside world. But for me, coming back to the topic that we talked about, what has kept me in the monastery for so long is because when I was in my lay life, everything that I wanted to do, I tried and I did it. Some things turned out well, some things didn't turn out well. That was not the point. But for me, having tried all of these things, now I don't have that worry. I don't have that doubt. When I'm here sitting in meditation, I don't have this thing that says, wow, I should have done that. Wow, I wish I would have gone down this path. Wow, I wish I... None whatsoever, because I did it all. And I know to some of my brother monks, again, no judgment, but what replays in people's mind is that, I wish I would have done this. I wonder if I went down this path or I made this choice, how would my life have changed? Where would I be in this moment? And again, for me, is I wanted to take the time to encourage you. While your life may feel like, again, you're not sure where you're going yet, through all these trials and tribulations and failing and picking yourself back up and trying new experience and picking yourself back up, one of the best things you're doing for yourself is you're eliminating doubt. When you eliminate doubt, you can go to sleep at night. You're not as worried. But this is a perspective for me that I found so helpful that you can start to apply into your life, and just wanted to keep encouraging you that you're all doing great. Finding the path that you're supposed to go on, it is a process. So again, as always, just want to remind you to be kind and compassionate and encouraging to yourself. But as always, I hope these tips are helpful, and sending you all my blessings from Thailand. Hope you're all doing well. Satu.